your headset. It's not any audio right
I don't have a mic with it. That's what I'm saying.
Let's see. Oh, here. It's working right here on. You can talk right into this.
Oh.
That'll be perfect. All right. You can see over here. Oh, Lee's already cleaned up the joint for you. Got everything set out. Very nice. Got the chocolate fountain, dark chocolate fountain too. Nice. Okay, Carrie should be ready to go. Let me go look at this Discord thing here.
You said you were ready for me.
Well, I said you were live. I didn't say I was ready. Okay. Wait, are you human? Yes, I'm human. Oops. Didn't like that.
Why are you hitting the Discord?
Because that's how you can talk people back. Discord real. Here we go.
Did you do it in
Oop,
chat?
didn't like that. You can do it there too. This will let you talk to them really well. Actually, let me log in with a QR code. Let me go to Discord here. DISC.
Watch, I'll like
Discord. What's that?
Watch, I'll like it.
Watch, you'll like it. You'll love it. You'll have a great time. Let's see. Authorized apps. No, that's not it. Let's see. Devices. Let's see. Scan QR code right there. Boom. Log in. Start talking. All right. So now we got to go find Leopard Leatherworks here. And let's see. We got to do an invite kind of thing here. Let's see. How do you invite? Show member list, threads, notification, pin, inbox, help, announcements. Let's see. Got upgrade your friends, GIF, all that kind of junk. Okay, so let's go. We'll go live turnings. You're in there, so now people can talk to you here. Now, how do I find invite? Create invite right there. Let's see. Copy. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put this in the group. Discord. Enter. All right. All right, we've got a Discord invite. How do you pin that? Pin to featured. There we go. We'll keep it up there for a bit. All right, Care Bear. So you're actually in there as me. And who are you on here?
I don't know.
Are you Purple Leopard?
Yeah, I think that's what you changed me to.
Well, you can just chat on me tonight. You'll be Felon Fargle.
I don't want to be that.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later. Right now, you need to go live and have fun and stuff. No, not right now. It takes a while to change it. I don't know how to sign you out, sign you in.
No, tell
Of course, you're Purple Leopard, right?
Yeah.
What is that from? Oh, that's your Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I log out my Discord,
I think you put it in the Decita thing.
Hang on. Escape. Delete, register, backup. How do you log out?
I thought you could do all this in the chat.
No. Gotta go to settings, profiles, I don't see it there. How about log out? Here we go. Log out.
When you go live, it's in the chat.
We will log in. Let's come up here. No, your thing isn't in here. So you are, what's your email address using for it?
Carrie Sense, I guess.
I don't know.
That's what I used to be.
Yeah, gmail.com.
Find out.
that didn't help.
What? What did it say? It doesn't exist. Maybe I use Carrie at Leopard LW. I don't know. Right. I don't know.
No. So what we'll do is we'll sign you in as me, and then you can just chat as me, and then we'll get yours all set up. Okay, so it's right here. Leopard Leather Works. Got it. All right, so you go to live turnings, and you're in there now, and there's nobody there. You'll see the list of people that are there. All right, everybody, that we are live. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Mutt Nut, Tammy Short. Hey, I just put the Discord thing in here. Let me put that in here too. That's not it. Let me get the invite to the Discord.
They don't think it's you that's here.
Doesn't matter. They know it's you. They know it's you. Where'd that invite come from? Oh, right here.
Why did you delete a comment in Leopard Leatherworks? I can't see it.
Oh, because that was a live, and it was live. I got rid of it. Didn't want people to get confused. Okay. Okay, everybody. Let's see, where's the StreamYard? So here's your StreamYard. Okay, Discord, you can do voice chats. Just copy and paste your name from the bottom of the screen. Copy and paste it here. There's the Discord link. All right, and then people will start flooding in there, and then you'll be able to chat. Okay, so I'm going to put Discord down here. Going to close that. Oh, there's Lingot Coco. I think that's correct. And there's Eagle Sweetwater. You have to learn their names. Go ahead and say something, ladies. There we go.
Slide?
Yeah, you can talk to them.
Who is that?
Yeah, so instead of looking at the chat, you can just talk.
I can. Whoever that was.
So your
Okay.
camera's aimed over here.
Okay.
So
where does it come up at?
yeah, let me do this. All right, so let's go. Let me get this down here. Here's the StreamYard. I'll put it right there.
Oh, there we are.
So you'll see all the StreamYard stuff there, and all your Discord will be right here.
What do I have to
So
type?
you can see all the people. No, you talk. You can type, and you can talk.
Oh gosh, it's all new to me, people.
Oh, you know what? Mute. We got to mute this over here. No, that's got to be your live.
What I'm working on is over here.
Are we on? I hear the echo, so it must be in YouTube or something.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, it's right there. All right, that the echo is gone now.
Okay, so I'm over here.
Yep.
So how
and
would
here's you got
now
the
we can see it.
StreamYard. Here's Discord. Okay.
So I'm working over here.
Yes.
So how do you get that to be over here?
You move it like this. I may have to move the camera itself too. See that?
Just for nope. Way off. Down here. There we go.
I'll need to unbuckle that and move it over a little bit.
Okay.
I can't do that.
No, it's fine.
It'll be good enough for whipping and chatting.
Whatever.
Because they're looking at their own whip. And you're just working together and playing.
Oh. That work?
Yep.
There you can see the hand, girl.
And right now you got.
Hey, Sheila. How are you? I love it. I can't diamond paint without it. I love it. I had originally gotten when I first started diamond painting, when I got an Amazon kit for Christmas, I'm like, well, I need a light pad. I can't see. I'm farsighted, so I can't see it. And so I wear progressive glasses, so I couldn't see it. So I ordered this light pad, but it was way too small. And this was an Amazon kit, and I didn't know anything about diamond paint at all. I just got this kit for Christmas, and I thought, well, I better try this thing. And so we were going on a trip on a cruise, and I'm like, okay, I'll just do it there. So I go, this doesn't fit. I need one that fits the piece. So I got the next size. I think it was an A3 by Art Dot, then an A4. And so I'm like, well, I'm getting bigger and bigger canvases because I'm buying more and more stuff. And it doesn't fit. So I got the A1, and that's what this is right here is the A1. And I love it. But I also didn't like the A4. It wasn't bright enough. So Crafting with Shay was reviewing the Diamond Art Club light board. And so for smaller pieces, it's phenomenal. I bought it and it has a longer cord. I'm all about longer cords. So if I'm doing a snack size, that's over by the couch. And I have like a lap thing, and then I do that and do it over there for smaller pieces. So sometimes I'll take like a 17 by 24 handle and move it over there and do that. So, but this is where I should sit. Sometimes I'm always on the couch because that's where the family is. So, but this is usually where I should be. I have everything is pretty much here along with my lots of stuff. But these are some of the, let's see. I don't know if any of you have checked out Carissa's Craft Corner, but these are some of her holders. This was one of them here. And then she has this cute little, it's a turtle. And then we have this one here, which is, if you only have a few pens, this is pretty good, but that's easy to outgrow. And then she has another one, which is this one. And it has like a little tray, so you can kind of just stick little stuff, cover minders on there, like that. I have a lot of different pens I got before we started Leopard Leatherworks, and some of them are, I consider them teammates, not competition, and so I like to try and support. This was for Drills and Chills. This is Beetlejuice. This is one of Diamond Pen Pals lava pens. So here I am. I'm getting used to the camera. So this is one of their lava pens, which is kind of cool. And then I've gotten a few bistros because when I first started diamond painting, Lindsay had one on Emerald and Fairy Lights, and the size, I'm like, that would be a good size for me. And it is. It's thin, has the indentation that I like. So this one's pretty cool. It's got feathers and like these diamond speck things in it. It's pretty good. I do have a pen that's super fat. It's a Cheshire Cat from Bistro, and I have a Care Bear, which is super, super fat. I love it, but it's decoration. So I can use it like, okay, let's do a few, and then my hand gets tired and cramped, so I put it away. But there's a story that goes along with this Wish Bear, not this pen, but just the Wish Bear story. When Tim and I met, my dad used to call me Care Bear because my maiden name is Berrigan and it was Berr. And my dad was always Bear in high school. He was a track runner. So he had that nickname. So I got Carrie, Care Bear. So I told him, this is what my dad calls me, blah, blah, blah. He heard me call me that. So he went to see, and I had to put a care package, and it was back in 1984, and these Care Bears came out. I'm like, gosh, that's me. So I sent him a wish, little tiny Care Bear, and said, wishing you were here, wishing you come home, blah blah blah, all the sappy stuff that 20-year-olds say. And that's why I had the Care Bear, and that's why it's the Wish Bear. So, and then he called me that for a long, long time. He still calls me that. So that's the story behind that. So, and now we're married 40 years, and here we are. So, and that's a little bit about us. And so I got into diamond painting, and then I was watching videos, and I'm like, what's this Diamond Art Club thing? And this was right before Thanksgiving. I'm like, maybe I'll buy one. They're having a sale. I will buy one. And I saw an Alfaba kit by Simone Candini. I'm like, okay, I'll get that one. I'll just get that one. That's the only one I'm going to get. Ha, 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 ha. 100 kits later, here I am. So, and it's kind of hard to not resist sometimes. But and that's not my
You want to get chat because not everybody's going to be in Discord. So you might
okay.
talk to Sheila in voice
Okay.
and then watch the chat over there on the StreamYard.
Where? Here?
Yeah, just to make sure nobody's saying anything. Yeah, you don't want to ignore anybody. So.
Oh, I can't.
And everybody might not have Discord yet. So. Sorry, Sheila.
I can't. So can you make that bigger?
Not that I know of.
Well,
you can move it to the other screen. Just move it over. Just drag it over here to this screen.
Do that.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. Hey, Tammy. Tammy is here. So this is multiple. This is new for me. Hey, Muttnut, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. This is my first time doing this, so I'm kind of like a bit klutz. But how do you like your new art club kit? Okay. There's Lee. Lee bought all kinds of cool. He bought s'mores or something. Thank you, Lee, for the refreshments. Appreciate that. I'm under Fetus Farble or whatever Tim goes by in his games. Oh, well, bye, Muttnut. Thank you for stopping in. As Tammy says, Sheila, it makes all the difference. It is night and day. And I got my first kit, I think it was just before Black Friday. And it was a Queen of Hearts. It was by Jehesi. And I still have it. Haven't done it. But I pulled out the canvas because I wanted to see the canvas. I'm like, oh my goodness, what a difference. So, and those are, and I bought some other ones along the ways, other small shops, and they're good. They pay artists for their artwork, which is what I like to stand by. I know a lot of artists, so I know sometimes that's their bread and butter. So I try and support companies that support licensed artists and pay them for their work. So, but you'll love it. There's a lot of kits coming out. I don't know if everybody has minimized their list or have favorites. Hey, who's that? Welcome, welcome. I can. Oh, Miss Berta. She's so sweet. Yay. I'm just trying to type for the people. Oh, good. It's new for you. Me too. This whole thing is new for me. But everyone said, you should go live. So here I am. I'm giving it a whirl. Outside my comfort zone. I like multi-placing. I can't do it. Oh, yeah. Woo-hoo. Right, Tim has me set up, so I'll have to. Anybody have any favorite canvases for Black Friday? I put that in the chat too, just to see if anyone has any favorites they really, 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 really want. What's your favorites? Oh, which one? Oh, yeah, I have her Virgo. I also have Libra. I was gonna do a pen with that, but I never got around to it. The job I had at the time didn't let me do that. But I'll probably de-stash that at some point because I can't. I'm not gonna do Libra, but I do love the Virgo, and I heard the story behind it, so it's kind of neat. So, right. Oh, that's cool. I did not know that. I did get the Dakota Santa's workshop, and that's where I got the idea for the candy cane. So we ordered the mold while we were on our cruise because we had internet, and that's where I got the idea for that. So that's where that came from. So um, yeah, I did a pen also for Collide back a ways under the stairs. Yes, Tammy. Um, I forget. I'm learning this whole thing. Trying to pop up. Yeah, there's a. I'm not sure what that's Tammy. What Autumn Stroll. I'm only paying attention to the ones that I wanted, but the names are. There were just so. There's just so many of them. So the Hannah. I don't know if you can hear us. Tammy, can you hear us? Or can you just see us? But yeah, I don't know what Autumn Stroll is. I did there was one Hannah Lynn, first one came out and it's almost like almost a body shot. And that was nice. It was kind of like a Halloween, like an autumn one. I'm like,
Watching on YouTube, they can hear you.
if anyone's watching on YouTube, they can hear me. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, Tammy just told me yes. So Tammy, is that the one that's like almost half body and she's around a bunch of pumpkins and she's kind of like in a autumn jacket? That one is pretty. And then right after that, they came out with the scarecrow. Well, in a D stash, somebody was selling the Good Witch, and she said, "Well, it's from the Wizard of Oz." And I'm like, "Oh, sucker, gotta get it." So I got that one, and then as the days went on last week, there was the Tin Man, and oh, I'm like, oh boy, there they are, because it has the yellow brick road around the edge. And that's the key that it was. I had written Diamond Art Club and said, hey, you need to bring the rest of these Wizard of Oz things out. And I sent them all to them. And I said, you need some more Alice in Wonderland, because there's some other places that have Hannah's artwork that have Alice in Wonderland, because I love Alice in Wonderland. And then just yesterday, I think they brought out the White Rabbit. I'm like, oh my goodness, totally doomed. Doomed. So I'm like, oh my goodness. And this 12 Days of Christmas, Kara unboxed this and she goes, it's huge. And it looked big. I'm like, oh, but I like it. And it's got all the 12 days of Christmas. That'll be really festive. I can do that. And I'm this thing is huge. I am not kidding. It's really big. It's really that's kind of like how I am. I'm on short-term disability right now, but for some muscle stuff. And when I was a Walmart manager for about 5 years, and then they changed the process in the pandemic, and I'm like, no, I don't want all that responsibility. I'm getting older. I don't know. So I left, and then pandemic happened, and they begged me to come back just for a short bit. So I'm like, okay, and I've been there, and I just pick groceries. So online orders. I just go shopping, grocery shopping all day, and look for shop for people who can't get out or whoever wants online services. Usually it's like the young moms or people that can't get out or just don't want to go to the store, which is usually me. I don't want to go to the store. I've been in retail too long. I'd rather have somebody bring it. So, but I've been working on this little section. I'm like, is that it? And I'm not big into squares because first kit I got was round, so I'm more apt to do round. And I did cross stitch for 35 years, and um, I did cross stitch for 35 years. So the cross stitch I do is not stamped. The cross stitch I do is um like a counted a cross stitch conversion. You got this big blank canvas or black blank fabric, and you have a pattern, and it tells you what colors to put, and they're all DMC colors. So if I'm listening to an unboxing and I don't have to watch the drills, I know pretty much when someone says 797, I know what color that is in my head. So for a long time, and I've only been doing this a year, and so for a long time, I just always single placed. And once I started Leopard Leatherworks, they're like, you had a multi place. I'm like, I know I can't. And this is more comfortable. And then I'd see these big color blocking sections and go, oh my gosh, I'm gonna. I remember them from cross stitch. Ugh. So I decided to just venture, and just when these multi-placers from Diamond Art Club were coming out, Lindsay did unboxing of them and showed them off. I'm like, well, she's really ranting and raving about these things. Maybe I'll try it with those. And they're the only ones I can use. I like the 3-placer. I like the 6-placer. I do have a 12-placer, which you can kind of see right here. It's huge, but it really does cover, and it's really good for doing that. Yeah, I knew. And Tammy has one of our pens. She won that in the JBG along with Shay and Lindsay. and she won our rose gold glitter pen. And it's a 5-inch pen because Shay asked me to make 5-inch pens. So did Lindsay, for our giveaways. And Tammy won, and she was so excited that she won that pen. And I know she still uses that pen, I believe. And one thing about our pens is the soft satin finish. And now Tim is buffing them now, so they're a little bit more shiny, but they're just, I tried a lot of different pens, and this is too, I'd order a pen and it'd be too thick, and it was just too thick, or it wasn't comfortable. It was a beautiful pen, but it had turns right where it would lean on your hand. And then you're like, okay, I'll stop diamond painting for a while and do something else later. So we wanted something that was kind of functional, but looked nice. So that's kind of how we came about it. And I've been in retail for 45 years. So I have a merchandising background. So I would do displays all the time, and you'd have to coordinate outfits. Like everything had to, everything went together. So I thought, well, how cool is that if you had a pen that matched your canvas for, as Kara said on her live, it's like for special occasions or a special artist that, you like. And I usually try and stick to the more popular ones where, a lot of people get all their artwork, like Dakota. I've done a couple of pens for Dakota, and the Dakota-thon was the first event that we participated in. And that's how I met Kara, and that's how I sort of got into doing events and special pieces, and pretty good with matching colors. So pretty good. Which one are you doing? What is And what was that one again? You cut out for a quick second. And what's the name of the piece? Oh, that one. Yes, I know that big long one with the books and the potions and the fairies. Is that the one? Oh my goodness. I love that one. I never got it, but I love that one. I did get the big giant Randall Spangler castle. And my son said, look at this big one that was on the YouTube. It's like so huge, Mom. I'm like, yeah, no, it's coming. I was sitting on the cruise, and it's just kind of like, oh, look at the little dragons at the bottom, and it's a snow castle. And I love the movie Frozen. I thought it was really cute because I took my grandkids to see it. I actually went with my kids. They were both my sons at that time were newly married, so we went to see it, and I just kind of liked. I don't like the cold, but I love snowy blue and white kind of stuff. So I do have Sarah Mustafa's Snow Queen, which I thought was an excellent take she did on Elsa. But that is so. I'm not that proficient, and I guess sometimes I try to be like, oh, that looks horrible because I see other people going. That's probably why I didn't want to go live, was because, oh, well, I'm not that good. But I haven't been doing it. I've been doing, I needle work for years. So, and it's pretty much very similar. And that's why my daughter-in-law, who got it for me, and she got me this, it was an Amazon kit, because that's what she was doing. And she didn't get into it as much as I do. And she knew I had needlework, and she didn't know they live in Utah, and there's a big needlework store there, and she didn't know what to get. And the people that own it know me for when I used to live there. So, I said, you can usually just ask. And they weren't, the one person who knew me wasn't there that day. So then she says, well, I'll just get her a diamond painting. And I had wrapped this thing, and, the Amazon kits come all wrapped up. I'm like, what the heck is this? And she goes, it's a diamond painting. I'm like, oh, a what? And she told me what it was. It's kind of like your cross stitch, but you use these diamonds and it shines and glitters. And I'm like, okay. So I did one, and I'm like, oh, it doesn't look like, she got me Rapunzel. I go, this doesn't look like Rapunzel at all. And so that's when I started watching YouTubers. I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Did I play something wrong? And I watched Katie and Lindsay and Kara. And I'm like, oh, those kits look nice. And so I thought I'd order one. And that's my story from last Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And they just kept multiplying. And then we started this business, and there was somebody that was a member. Oh, just get it. You can always destash it if you don't like it or can't get to it. So I'm like, okay. And that's kind of what I've been doing. But I found artists that I like. So Hannah Lynn, Yume Art. I like Dakota's. I haven't done any of them yet, but I do love her work. I love her artwork. So I love the Wave Mermaid. I thought that was really pretty. And my pen that I did for Dakotathon last year was just like the Glass Mermaid's hair. It was that. And I'm supposed to be for Alice in Winter Wonderland, but I never could get in touch with the girl, Lindsay. Life with Lindsay runs it. And I didn't have them done because we didn't know really what we were doing. We were turning it, but we didn't have enough, and we were still mixing it, and the event was half over. Oh, I finished that little bitty section. I've divided it as big as these here, but I'm like, oh. So I thought, oh, I didn't want to do the bottom because it's dark. And I was in an event, I think in May, that I picked an Enamorte kit, and it was all like $9.39. And I'm just dark blue is just like, no more dark blue, please. No more dark blue. I can't do it. So I see a kit, and I love the kit. What's that? Yes. So that's Tim. What are you doing? So um every kid I like, it's got it's dark background. So it's like black linen. I despise it. It's just so hard because you have to have something white underneath you to actually see the holes. So I have mag eyes, and sometimes I'll do that. But it's just, so I wanted to start at the top because it had all the little pretty trees and branches and Christmas trees. And so I thought I'd start there. What color do I have? Wow, that's a lot. Tammy wants one of Jade's mini cross stitch canvases. Yes, I do too. I would love to do. Yeah. The smaller one is a good way to start, Tammy, if you've never done that or never done a cross stitch. I have the one of the princess panels. I got Rapunzel, and then I got Cinderella, and when it shipped, half of the drills got mixed together. And there were 3, and when she sent some of them back to me, I dropped a container of them, and they all spread over the floor. So I'm like, I'll just buy a new drill pack for that particular canvas. So Someday I will get to do them, but it's not hard. I think it's Katie and Lindsay use the Android pad, and I got one for that purpose last Christmas, just so I could get one. And I have it. I haven't used it yet. I haven't ventured in to do those big panels yet. So good. Is that you, Tammy? Good. How are you? And what are you working on? Oh, that's right. I remember reading about that. That is such a cute one. It's, I had never heard of him either, and I just think those dragons are cute. So, and then when I saw that, no, and I'm sure, yeah, he also has coloring books, which I didn't know. And Hannah Lynn had coloring books, and that's the first time I ever saw her. And I was going to get one, and then I found diamond painting, and I'm like, oh yeah, I saw those coloring books. And some of those ladies do excellent work with coloring. You can't even tell. It looks like paint or oil. I don't know what they call that paint, but it looks like that. Yeah, I tried doing coloring, and I did a couple of adult coloring, and I didn't find it was supposed to relax you. It didn't relax me, it stressed me out because I couldn't decide what color to do what. So not doing too bad with yeah. What did you finally get? Like the box ones? Where'd you get those at? Oh my goodness, Berta. For sure. Were they pricey? Wow, that's nice. What goes around comes around, as I say. Yeah, yes. And what's nice is, you know, when we donate a pen in an event, it's somebody that really needs a good pen or never had a pen before and has no idea, you know, I've never used a good pen before. And I know, oh, wow. Wow, that's so great to hear because that's the point. What painting did you do? Oh, oh wow. See, it's just oh, that's so neat. Yeah, it's oh my yes, yeah. Lee, Lee is everywhere. He's like everywhere. Every group we're live he just shows up. He just shows up. So I'm in a live and I'm a Kara's live and there's Lee. And see, go over here and there's Lee. I'm like, yep. And Cindy's lives. It's so uh, that's so funny. Oh my goodness. And this on the same me too. Sometimes I forget what time it is. And the one I do remember, I seem to remember the most is Shay's live. Because I remember that when it's 4 Central and she's in Dallas and we're in Oklahoma. So it's not, same time zone. So I can remember it and not miss it. And I got to meet Shay. Tim and I got to meet Shay because he had to go to near where she lives to pick up something. And so I kind of messaged her, hey, it was right before the JBG started or it was during it or something. And we met at, Raising Cane's. And she had her kids with her. I'm like, well, I don't care. It's fine. And Tim and I met her. And I'm like, Shay, you're tall. And she goes, everyone says that. I go, I think everyone sees you sitting down. And if you see you standing up, you're tall. Ow.
I stand 6'2" when I'm on a stool.
Yeah, there's Tim. Everybody knows Tim's voice.
I've been trying to be 6 foot my whole life. I haven't made it. Now I'm shrinking.
Did you hurt? Yo, most definitely. Here we go. Oh, okay. That's funny. That's funny. Good. For a long time, Tim said we used to turn just 6-inch pens, and I'm using one of our first 6-inch pens. I got this blank from All Things Handcrafted, and it's just white with glitter that has hearts, spades, clubs, diamonds. I call it House of Cards. And I used to use it all the time, and that was the pen until people started asking me for 5 and 5 1/4. I'm like, really? Isn't that awful small? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess. I don't think of it that it was just like I kept seeing all these different pens and none of them really fit, and I said, "Hey, can make me one?" Yeah, I did, and I do all the colors. So, it's just I can just yeah, and I get very much so. Oh, oh, yeah, I can't even use a hammer, that's just like, "No, help." Yeah, and I used to do the cross stitch without, no symbol. Yeah, because that's how I learned. I mean, I never learned on stamped. I went I wanted to learn to cross stitch, and my sister-in-law at the time, she goes, "Well, I'll teach you, it's easy." And I was on 8 o'clock for a long time, and then I moved to an area, Salt Lake, these ladies were all advanced. They had been doing it for years. They were a lot older than and so they were doing it on linen and silk, satin thread, and overdyed thread. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So, and then I learned that. And then I used to do model stitching for Precious Moments books that used to be in Joanne Fabrics. And they were super picky and they taught me some tips. If you're going to do it for us, you have to do it this way, and we'll send you the instructions. And I'm like, okay. And I learned to do it that way, and I still do it that way to this day. And I was big into cross stitch. I made all our Christmas stockings. I'll probably post that, when it's closer to the holidays. Maybe this weekend when I get it out. And I made all my boys' Christmas stockings. And so I had a goal. I'm going to do all these Christmas stockings. And my friend is a great finisher, and she finished them, so they're really nice. Um, I'm not I can get by with sewing, and that's about it. I have 2 sewing machines because I was gonna start a business with, um, making tutus. I got the big Tim got me the big embroidery machine, and 12, 14 spools. And I'm just like, oh, this is hard. No, I can't do this. This is ridiculous. So that didn't last. And here was this, and this is some when I found out how you make pens, I'm like, oh, then Tim can get a tool. Maybe he'll make me one if I let him get a tool. And so I know he's in and out. Um, he stepped away, but yeah, and he got that tool, and he goes, how do you do resin, and how do you turn?" I'm like, I don't know. We watch YouTube for everything else. Might as well watch it for this too. And we did, and we made I made some pen, and someone said, "How do you make that?" I go, "Oh, we made it. We're just kind of dabbling in it." And then I made one. I thought, oh, look at this new Ennis, and I was in the Ennis event, and so that was one of the other ones I sponsored, and they didn't know what to do with me. They were new at doing an event, so they didn't know what to. Well, what do you mean you're going to give something away? I'm like, yeah, I'll just give a discount off pens. And do you have an Ennis themed pen? And so I made an Ennis themed pen for the event. And then they had a new piece coming out in Sirius Cantichium. And so I made a pen that sort of matched that. And that's the story that, we made one, and I was just going to auction it off, and I got bombarded. And Tim goes, well, I'll just make more. And we made 6 more. And at 40 minutes, they were gone. So yeah. And so it's gone. And then he goes, I'll go out and make more. And that's before we really knew what we were doing. And we waited a day, and then we tried to turn them when we had another blank we made, and it started to bend. And then we read we should let it sit for a week. So that's why they all have to sit for a week, including the Spangler pens as we make each part. So the first batch of Spangler pens, the first 20, will probably be turned Tuesday, probably, and then they'll start going out. And then after 20, they're not gone. We just have to make more, and that will come out in December. Those people will be able to get it in December if we're at. But I think we're at 3 left in this first batch from the 20. It just everybody wanted it after they saw Kara's live, and after they heard about it. And actually, Cheryl, who works with Tmall, actually saw my posting for Kara, because I told Kara I'll do you a custom listing because I don't want to put it out there for everyone to see because it's not ready. And because she wanted to unbox it on her channel. So I'm like, okay. And I guess between the time I posted it and Kara paid for it, Cheryl saw it and said, okay, how do I get one of those? And then somebody else saw and asked me, what about, I've been looking for your Spangler pen. I'm like, and I think that was Cheryl asking me, where is a Spangler pen? I'm like, well, it's not quite ready for release yet. So, because we were going to try and do a Black Friday sale, but I think every small business was trying to do that last weekend. So that, wasn't a big deal. So, but that's how I came up with those. And I started doing a lot of the Enamortes because back at that time, the people that were in the Ennis group were big time into all dark artists. So Enamor, and I like Enamorte. She's sort of not dark, but she's not, she's just she's okay. So yeah, yeah. And I think it was Richard Lorenz. He said, he wrote a thing in his, I don't know if it was his group or somewhere I read it, that he said, please don't buy, get any, somebody's stealing his artwork and he doesn't want, don't contribute. And yeah. And Lizzie Falcon, yep. Lizzie Falcon, she kind of does big eyed girls and like half the face is cut off and they're kind of like Disney villains and she has a lot of Disney stuff and she does a lot of Alice in Wonderland and she was with Treasure Art Studios, but they were in Australia and they were taking too long to, pay her for her artwork. So she left them and she was going to go with Dak, but I don't think the contract was done in time for the Black Friday. So I think in 2024, she told me because I wrote to her and said, "Hey, on my shop app, it's the one that tells you where your stuff's being shipped and all that other stuff." And I go, "Hey, some of your artwork is being sold for like $30." And, nothing against budget. Some people that's the only thing that they can afford. And I understand that, but don't use stolen artwork. It's just not right. Yeah. No, you don't. And I know, I mean, there's a girl that um, I saw it on a YouTube channel, and I'm big into Disney, and she hand paints the Disneyland or Disney World logos on the back, and she hand paints each letter and makes it a character. And I mean, those spirit jerseys are about $75 a piece anyway. And she charges like, I think she went up a little bit this year, but it was like because I think she raised her prices because it's so in demand. So I think it was like $250 for the spirit jersey, which would tell her all the time, and she would say it on her Instagram stories and her Facebook stories. People say my work is too expensive. I'm like, you should only charge me $50. Well, if you're an artist, it takes a lot of time, and same thing with diamond painting pens. It takes a lot to do this artwork, and Kara said that as well. It's not as easy as you think to do some artwork, and they have to be compensated. This is what they do. And right. No. Right, because he only does one at a time because we only have one mold of it. Yeah. Yeah. It's not like somebody's Volkswagen. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, and I don't consider any other pen turner in my thinking is, because Tim ran a Walmart. I was an assistant manager, so I was like second in command at a Walmart. So, yes, there's competition, but there's enough for everybody. So we're not against each other. We're all here in the community to help diamond painters. So some people think, oh, well, I I join other Turner's groups and stuff, and just to support them. And I bought other, if I like a pen they have, because it's a theme thing, oh, I'll get it. It just helps their business. So I support other businesses. And I do that just because we're all in this and we're all making, this is what we do. Yes. Diamond pen pal is different way. Yes. Diamond pen pal. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I wouldn't do that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And there's, some, and I won't say who they are, but, they, you know, think that you're copying because you say the same thing. Well, yeah, I'm working with the same casters you are because for a while there, Tim was traveling a lot and we didn't have time to make resin. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just buy pens. And so we still have, that's how I found some of the casters. And I still buy because if I see something that's, I know my customers, and I think, oh, I think our customers would like that. And we do our style to it, where someone else will get the exact same blank, but they'll do a different style to it. So everybody has their own twitch. Or there was a blank going around. It was from Bill at All Things Handcrafted. It was a pastel rainbow, and everybody had that. Like so many Turners had, Enabled Outpost had it. We had it. House of Rainbows had it. Um, who else? A couple. Donna Bass had it. Everybody had it. And he just did a big run of it and asked, do you want chunky or thin, small glitter? I like the thinner glitter, and I just think it glows better. So I said, yeah, send me 3 of those because I know they'll sell because they're just very popular. I was sponsoring the Pride event, and I had a primary, um, which I got from Bill, because he had them. So, why reinvent the wheel? So I got them from him. And the person that won, well, I really love that pen that Shay had that she won from a neighbor's outpost. Well, that was the same blank, similar, the resin falls how it wants. And so I said, well, I have one of those. And she is thrilled with it. She even sent me a picture the other day. I'm using your pen that I won. So, and that's Christopher Colossa was over that, and I met Christopher. So I'm just, it was just fun. I just like meeting people. So, hmm, right, right. No, I agree. We're in my chair. Get you're slacking on your job. Volunteer. I swear. Yeah, exactly. And some people probably wouldn't know that you were joking around like that, but but everybody knows. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's hard. No, and that's why a lot of people do a whip and chat that they just do their whip and chat, record it, and put it up. And sometimes you want to say something. You could say something in the comments, but there are so many comments, your comment gets lost or doesn't get answered or commented on or anything like that. So, can you imagine? Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. That's why they have mod. They have mod, and it's hard. There was a couple of girls that were trying to do a retreat in Tennessee somewhere, and we were going to go, but then the date, I guess they wanted a cabin, but a lot of people wanted their own room. Yeah, and so they moved the date to October. But I think some of the gifts they got it got postponed, and I just think they thought it was easier. And I have been involved in retreats, like I've gone to cross stitch retreats, and there's a lot that goes into preparing a retreat. And the one that I think Shay and Kara are involved with I mean, that's the year out, and it was already full up. Oh, oh yeah, I'm on the wait list. Yes, I know. I wanna Now, where in Florida do you live, Lee? You know what time He doesn't know where he lives. Okay, I'm sorry. Never know when one will be close by. How much is gas? We were at was it 2 250 or 350 the other day here in Oklahoma? And it's super expensive in California. I don't know how they afford gas out there. I really don't. It hurts. I remember I'm dating myself here, but I was in high school and I remember when gas went to $1, people freaked out. We all remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Well, we just expect it now, so it's like, okay, well, yeah. He's like, oops, oops. Yeah. Yeah. Get my drink over here. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody, Berta will bring the snacks at that point because you got her a chair. Oh my god. My chair, buddy. Where's my chair, buddy? Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, funny. I mean, oh, no, it's fine. It's 4. I was tempted to gonna go live. I'm like, I'm gonna go live today. No, no, because I'm thinking I'm not I've been doing it. See, a lot of you have been doing it a lot longer than me. I'm like, no one wants to see me. I go from just depends on my mood. I go from single placing, then I'll do a couple of multi placing, and then I go back and forth. Yeah. That's yeah. And it's just, uh, and I'm like, oh yeah, I used to be more not high strung, but my mom was always like, "Oh, you have to have a reason, you have to have a plan." Yeah, that's just the way she was. Yeah, like you got to wear this and you got to wear that, and like no, yeah, yes, it is a wonderful, and we have a great bunch of people that I'm glad to have in our leap of leopards. I was trying to find out like what's what lions are, and what this animal is. And we looked it up, and Tim looked it up. He goes, a bunch of leopards is called a leap. A leap? That's the most silliest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. What the heck is a leap? So I have, yeah, that's why I always welcome people after I do the regular welcome, because I would forget to do the welcome to the group thing. And so I set it on automatic. That way everyone can see it right away. And it says who your admins are, but you can tell that's an auto. So I like to go in there and say, welcome to our Leap of Leopards family. And then people are like, oh, it really gets a conversation starter. Like, oh, probably they're thinking, what the heck is a leap? And it's like, oh, they care. They noticed. So, you know, I've been doing kind of social media for a while, and always chit chatting, and I ran the social media page at my Walmart, and I was a photographer, and uh, they would say we have to do 5 posts a day. I'm like, 5? How am I going to get 5? I did. So you just don't do something with this. They give you a theme, and I'm like, so I would just take an associate. Okay, we're going to do this, and we're going to do boomerang, and you're going to throw the ball into the thing. And I caught the picture right, and it looked like it go back and forth. And everyone thought that was cute and everything else. And that you get such good pictures. I'm like, 95% of them are staged. I just stage them because you have to do that with photographs all the time, and I just do merchandising. I still do that on the side a little bit, but I was cutting into my diamond painting time and pen time, and so I'm like, no, we're busy. And now the Spangler pen, that was the biggest launch we've had, so that was exciting. I knew it would be. I just knew it would be. I knew it was going to be big. And Kara says, when they're up and you post, the posting to purchase, let us know. Well, I didn't want to make just 6 because I know how many people buy Spangler when they come out, his artwork, and how many people comment on it and things of that nature. So I'm just like, no. I told Kara I'm going to do a pre-order. That way we know how many we have to keep making. And I'm not going to run out of them. I'm sorry, we're out. I will make sure everybody that wants one gets one, and even into the after the event. No, I think so. If not, they can have their drawing. Kara has the pen, so she can show it, and then I can just ship it out to whoever happens to win it. But yeah, I do that all the time. I did that with all the events I do with Lindsay at Emerald and Fairy. She just says, they just usually tell me who won. Sometimes they do it. Kara always does it on her live, which I appreciate because then I know it's really somebody that actually won. So, not somebody they want to give a pen to, which I understand. And that's why I was so excited for Tammy when Tammy won, because Shay had told me she really hoped that it went to somebody that really would enjoy these pens. Because when Shay used them, she said, "Oh, Tammy would probably love this." And your name actually just got drawn. And the person that had originally won it did not respond. And so she reran it, and that's when Tammy won one of our pens in the JBG along. So, you're right. And it was, I mean, it was meant to be. That person didn't respond. And Shay gave it enough time, and then she said, I'm gonna redraw. She told me, I'm like, oh, I gave you the pens. And she was doing all the American drawings, and Lindsay was doing just all gift cards. Um, so that's what it is. And this next time, I think for Jingle Drills, we're doing gift card. So that way more people can participate that wouldn't normally be able to, because there's a lot of people internationally that would love to win a pen, but most events say, well, it's if you win this item, you're going to have to pay shipping. Well, to somebody internationally, that's not really winning. You still have to pay. So that's why I talked to Lindsay about it, and I'm like, that you seem to do that for international. Let's do that this time. And so she's like, that's a great idea. So yeah, so that way the candy cane one was one. We're just doing a whole bunch of Christmas pens. The poinsettia pen was another one. We're just doing a bunch of Christmas pens, and people can pick if they want a holiday pen. I picked up from a caster a herringbone with like not pink, red and green in it. And so when it turns, it will probably brighten up than what it looks like. So I'm just doing that because I did do a pen for that. It depends on the event because there's so many different Christmas pens, and a lot of casters do Christmas pens that they do. So, but for like Spangler, nobody's going to do anything like that. Nobody did anything like that. So that's a special pen. We've gotten a great turnaround, and everyone thought it was really cool. And uh, it's yeah, and trying to find the green, and Tim looked at one of them and by accident poured a green one, and that's the one that I showed it to Brandy, and I said, "Hey, I have this one, and I can get to you quicker," and it will be about the same time as the first one, so she'll get that one. Um, and that she picked another. Is it problem to do a different color, or does it have to be that color? So she chose a different color. Hers is totally different. So that's why, yeah, yeah, it's different. That's why, Berta, I was asking if you told her. So, okay. So she's gonna probably try and get on it. Oh yeah. Yeah, I Facebook. Yeah, I mean, I FaceTime, or whatever they call it on Facebook, and because we wanted to show her this, and we had this idea, would you want this? And she said yes, because we saw in her logo that had green, and so she said yes. And could you do this other color in there? And I'm like, yeah, I could do this. And we poured it, and she like freaked out, and so she loves it. So she knows what it's going to look like, the two different colors, because Tim poured one with the green on the back. And so I said, it's supposed to be yellow with the green spots because that's what the dragling looks like. So and she loves it. And she picked out the other color that she wanted. And I showed it to her, but she thinks she's buying it. So that's why I'm like, does she know? Because I mean, I can give her a heads up and that kind of thing. And I didn't know if you wanted to. Okay. Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah, big surprise. So, and if she does pay for one, I'll just refund her back. No, just refund her. So, and she'll be going, "What are you doing?" So, oh, I knew what you were doing. We chatted. Yeah. One is for her to give away on one of her lives, and one is for Kara to give away on one of her lives, and then one is yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can usually figure it out if it's a first time customer, I don't know like what kind of finger size you like, then I will write an email, or if they're in the group, I'll just message them and send them like this is how you measure, and if you don't know, and then I'll hand him my phone and let him talk to because he can explain exactly what he wants. I usually just send pictures. This is what I use. Is it too thin or too thick? This is what another pen looks like. Is that too thin or too thick? And people can usually tell from seeing, but Tim, when he's turning it, needs an exact numeric measurement. So that's why. And then we just usually go with, how long do you want it? And more people like the 5 1/4 size because they're flippers, and I just have gotten used to it. I thought that's too small. So we got some cocoon blanks and I tried one and I'm like, okay, I want to see what this big hype is with this 5 1/4 flipping thing. And now I have this pen here is a 6 incher. This pen is a 6 incher. This is the ghost glitter pen. That's what all things handcrafted. This is the pastel, but it broke in half. So this became like almost not a mini, but not a 5 incher either. And it's kind of like doesn't have all the colors, so I just like I'll just keep it. Yeah. I have, who said that? Oh, Cat. Oh, does she do unboxings? Who- Cat C. I'm pretty sure. Is that from the UK? Oh, see, I forgot to go back over here. Not sure about Discord. Thank you, Lee. He's he's the hostess with the mostest. So there you go. I'm sitting here just chatting away with this 959 color. It's like, oh, look at this thing is so huge. So it's like, okay, not. I can't imagine 107 colors. There's, I think, Diamond Art Studio UK. Um, they have a piece that's I think Katie unboxed it. There's like 120 colors. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of room. Oh, I put moon gas in the cart, out the cart, in the cart, out the cart. And then I put it up, and then I was gonna go get it, and then it was out of stock. And then it came back in stock, but then I'd ordered just other. Oh, look through it. Hey, no, what'd you do? Oh my goodness. Heard that. What did you do? Feel free to post it or just post, a photo of it or whatever, or on our page. I know a lot of people would love to see that because I include in our orders, if you purchase a pen from us, um, you get um, a 10% off coupon for Tmon. It's for DP with sparklers, and it's unlimited. So it goes on and on and on. So I usually stick that in my. Uh, a friend of mine, she made some changes, and I don't know if they were TMOS or not. And so I'm like, oh, well, what did you do? And I was seeing she was ahead of me because I went on my birthday cruise with a girlfriend, and she was working on it. I'm like, ooh, those are pretty. What are your changes? And when I was sitting in the hotel the night before the cruise, because my friend lives in Orlando, and she was coming up down to Miami, and I was in Miami, and so she goes, I don't want to get an extra cat sitter, so I'll just come pick you up that morning. I'm like, okay. And so I asked her what changes she made, and so I ordered them all from Tmall for that. So my Dixie by Hannah Lynn has a little bit different hair, and she's the only thing hanging. That was the biggest one I've ever actually finished. I have tons of diamond paintings, but I start one and then roll it back up because there's a new event or something else or something. So I never finished it. But I did finish that one way before the end of the event, which was shocking. And I hung it up because I just didn't know what. So, what do you guys use to? How do you store all your diamond paintings, especially those big ones? Yeah. So yeah, and then what are some other pens we've done? Those are my other ones. And then I got, oh dear. Oh, I just spilled my drink. Let's make sure we didn't. Good thing there's plastic on those diamond paintings. Whew, there goes. I know. I had a heart attack. I'm gonna have to pull it out. Oh goodness. There goes all the drink. Gone. Should have left it where it was. But no. So I'm like, we're just gonna take this apart. Everyone can see it. And I'll go get my other one. I don't know if it does anything to it or not. Because it is with plastic. Luckily it wasn't. What's that? Um, there. Stop for a second. I'll be back in just a second. God. Gosh. So here's how big this thing is. There's the bottom of it, and the whole thing. This is the bottom of her dress. And we're just gonna keep on going back here. Oh, I'm sure you do. I didn't get any wings for this one. I'm sure. I'm not sure how to match them, so I usually just buy the already done ones by. Um, yeah, it doesn't quite reach. Ooh, there goes. Here's my Nightmare Before Christmas pen. It's a bistro blank. It's one of those I use it a few times and I love it. And I'm done with it. Yeah, you can't. It doesn't fit in the whole screen, unfortunately. Too big. Yeah, and they're nice and they have cute charms in them and things, but they're unless you really like chubby pens, it's not. No, they don't. No, because there's this bistro is kind of, it's not bad. It's thin. And then I have this one. Well, that's not too bad. I think the skinniest one I have. What is? Yeah, these are not bad. But you should see my cat, Cheshire Cat. I love the Cheshire Cat because same initials as me. I'm always smiling like that all the time, and it's always like, we're a little mad here. Be me. Okay, well, this didn't get too. Thank goodness for big canvases and the plastic and keeping the plastic on. Didn't get too messed up. I'm sure. How long have you been diamond painting? Okay, a little longer than me. Here is my Diamond Pen Pal roll stop, and that, and so so the one that was from the Oz and Og, um, that's this one here. Oh, that's that one. I had to have it. I go, there's no way I'm going to win. I'm not, no, I'm not going to win. I have to have it. So there we go. There, I'm back at my oh, so do I. That's why those Hannah Lynn's Wizard of Oz, I'm just like, ugh, you're killing me, Smalls. If anybody's seen that movie, killing me, Smalls. You're really killing me. Because I'm like, oh, Sunday. Oh, it's really nothing. I'm not so impressed. I don't have to worry about anything. And I say that every week. Oops. Oh, okay. And then, well, I'll get a second one because I'm saving shipping. I'm really saving money. I really saving money. Yeah, I saved you lots of money. And then I was going to do the Corpse Bride for Drills and Chills. So we got these pens from Cocoon, and they're like the herringbone. So I have a Christmas one like that. So it's sort of like 3D printed, and you just pour into it, and then we turn them. So this was sort of like the Corpse Bride with the black. The groom is like black, and the bride is like blue and white. And so it reminded me of the Corpse Bride when I saw it. So yeah, I we have a couple more of those. And then this is a peachy keen. I like it. It's pretty decent of the ones that I got. I got some from a few others that they're super thick and they're just not comfortable. And I'm just like, I, and Tim said, well, why did you buy it if it's not comfortable? I'm like, well, I thought it would be. So that's why we try and ask people what's comfortable for you when you're diamond painting to make it functionable. Because, okay, yeah, you have those pens that are beautiful to look at, but, you know, I had a customer early on and when we started, she said, yeah, I have 10 pens, but I don't use them. I go, well, what do you do with them? I just look at them. And so I'm like, okay. So she liked them thin and she liked the whole thin. So, but I have a cup. This is a diamond pen pal that I got, and this is all for, yeah. And this is for the Wizard of Oz. This I got this at the end of the Og and Og, and this cracked me up. This is the lady under the house in the beginning in the movie. I'm just like, that's hilarious. So, and then this is when we were doing 6-inch pens, and this is white with red, white, and blue stars, and I was using that for Captain America. And then this was the first test for the baseball. So I tested that, the baseball bat. A lot of people don't like that, but it's nice to be able to put your finger right up here and rest it on there so it doesn't get too tired either. Know what that one. Okay. Oh, okay. So there's a lady. She usually is in the Spangler group and she's in the Dakota group, Sharon Boucheville. We met on a Disney cruise way before diamond painting. And, she did some small businesses and, selling makeup, selling this health product. And we just kept in touch after the cruise and became Facebook friends before the Disney cruise. And we kept in touch. And then she was diamond painting. And that was before I got into it. I'm like, what the heck is that? And so she was in this Diamond Art Club group and she was in this Dreamer Designs group. And I said, okay. So I said, what are you going to get? And she says, oh, she got like 10 on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I'll have to hide them from my husband that day. And then she was in the Dakota-thon. And I'm like, oh. So I said, I'm starting to make pens. And I showed it to her. She bought the um, blue and white one we did for Dakota-thon that was like the Glass Mermaid's hair. So it was just like that. And then I did one that matched No Tiger that was like green, but it also went with Emerald and Fairy Lights March event, um, which was all about being, it was all green. I forget what the name of it is. And she does it every year and just do something with green in it. And Kara bought that pen from me. So, and that was the first big event that we did. And we had a whole bunch of those blue and white ones and the green ones. And uh, that's how we got started in this thing. And I was just asking everybody, because I just wanted to meet people in the community and get to know people and see what they liked. Because a lot of people were saying, "Oh yeah, I like this pen, but I can't use it." And so, yeah, I just wanted my own pen, basically. And how I said, as Lee said, that I just wanted my own pen. So I asked him to make it because he wanted to dabble in resin. And here we are, making pens. And we were just all Facebook and Facebook Messenger. And, Lindsay said, how do people reach you? Just message me. And we were getting bigger and bigger. So people wanted to be able to order. And with me being at work and Tim was traveling a lot, we couldn't answer a lot of questions all the time. So then we went to our Shopify, which is what we have now. So we do everything on there. And I just didn't have time because we were getting larger and I was buying more blanks. We were making more blanks. I was doing all the invoicing, and that's a lot of work. So I wasn't able to diamond paint. Who left? Sheila? Oh, thank you. Good night, Sheila. Bye. Is it really midnight? I'm all off today. Oh, God. All right. It's midnight. I got up I we got up like Tim was working his other job up and started 10, and so he was up until way late, and I just lost track of time, and I just stay up as I mean my son didn't work today, so no one had to take him to work. Um, so I didn't get up until almost noon, so I'm like way off kilter all day today. So I'm like, really? No, it can't be that already. No. And what are you working? What are you working? Oh, that's right. The puppy. Oop, yeah, that's good. I'm glad it helped. Yeah, you can just do it for yeah. That, that's that's what some of the turns and the one like the candy cane is just super simple. And I think there was one person at one of the earlier times. Well, it has no design to it. I said it's meant to be functional, not and the ones with little jewels, they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but I just I don't have patience for that. One, to put yeah, I have yeah, they have that. I just recently heard of them, and they look beautiful, and some of them are functional, and they have. Oh, here was my light. Um, yeah, we have a lot of those. So I dabble. Yeah, and that's why I get a lot of cocoon blanks, and we're trying to learn how to do a lot more colors. And we did one called Rainbow Candy, which was back when it was called Foxy Lady came out, and it had 10 colors in it. Tim was turned 5, and I turned 5. Boom, two hands. We're turning all these colors before the resin set, and then pouring them in. Yeah, it's just like, oh, it was hilarious. And yeah, I know, but we didn't know that then. Oh yeah. Well, this is just a button, and if I lean just the right way, I just keep. And Tim said I should turn it around because but I go the art dot's upside down correctly. I don't usually start at the top. I don't usually start at the top, so I start at the bottom usually. This is out of character for me, but yeah. Oh, there's another. My regular Diamond Art Club one. It's on the upper, so I usually don't bump it. It's just this one happens to be right there, and I start on this end instead of the left side, left to right, because I just feel I like to be able to lean on the drills and not have sticky or whatever. And I use the release paper. I can't do the like blocking out with the washi tape and then cutting the plastic. I tried doing that with an Amazon kit, and I think I had the wrong type of cutter, and I cut through the canvas. So I'm like, okay, well, there's that. Yeah, it's just let me. Because I got that restock. I got that restock. Let me see if I can open it and see what it says. Uh-huh. Yeah, let me see. Because I had it on right here. Because that was one of my restock wish list things. Because I like Tina's trying to get me to sell Luna Moth Witch. I'm like, no, I love the green and black. I'm not doing that. Let's just see. Mine says, when they does they say it had the lines through it? It was haunted, yeah, because I'm looking at it here now, and it's just regular. Oh no, it's on the it's plastic. Right. See right here, it's perforated. I don't know if I'm showing it well right here. It's perforated. So it goes all the way across here. Yeah, it's perforated. And then it goes from here to here. And it's perforated. So you don't have to do the washi tape. You can just tear it right there. That's it's haunted by illustration. This is the this was the restock. Yeah, this one. Oh, well, you get some good rest and get better, so you can join it. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh yes. Yes. Right. That's crazy. It's yeah, it's definitely you have to put down the release papers. Prayer to- Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I didn't realize how late it was, friends. So sorry about that. Well, I guess because yeah, I'll be going back again. Yeah, I'll be going back on again. This was fun. This is my first time, and it was like the first time you put the first drill down, you're like, ooh. So, first time for me. So it's a lot more fun than I. Oh, yeah. Good. Oh, yeah, for sure. So good to hear your voices and not just talk and to be able to chit chat in a conversation. So I'll definitely be doing this again. There was somebody that did a 3 hour live. I'm like, what are they doing? And here we are at 2 hours and 7 minutes. So, and it's fun. It's almost like we've got our own little like group, but we're not, we're wherever we are. So it's fun. So, yeah, I bet. Yeah. So keep in touch. I'll post again when I'm going live, and I hope you join. You guys can join in. Okay. Night, ladies. We'll talk to you soon. Good night. All right. Bye.